Whoa! Did you miss me? Check this out. I like to call this the wizard cape. Good to see you again. Do you have nostalgia for White Lotus on HBO? Today I kind of want to talk about my creative process by showing you some of these photos I took and relating it to one of my favorite shows, The White Lotus. These photos are from an incredible resort in Acapulco called the Banyan Tree, Cabo Marquez. IMO, being there is like the White Lotus experience. All right, first photo. I really love the symmetry and the lines. It's like you got straight up lines, you got horizontal lines, and those sunlight streaks are, what's interesting is the foreground compared to the background. What's behind this window? Probably a banyan tree, but it's like a window into the soul of this resort. Like in the White Lotus, really plays with these doorways and corridors.
Italy's just so romantic. You're gonna die. They're gonna have to drag you out of here.
Whew. I hope I don't die at the banyan tree. Well, I didn't die, that's why I'm still here, recording this video. This is the entrance of the resort. It's like the first thing you see when you come in. The lines of the architecture kind of converging into the middle. Asian-inspired architecture. I really like the gradients of colors. Draws the attention in. And it's like, what is beyond the distance? That's what I asked myself.
Whenever I stay at a White Lotus, I always have a memorable time. Always.
Welcome to the White Lotus in Sicily.
Impeccable views, memorable experience, gorgeous sunsets. Banyan tree, White Lotus, can you see it? Oh, and leave a comment for where you like to go for a White Lotus experience. So after you actually peer over the edge, this is just an ocean view into infinity. And I love the downward depth and dimension. This is very White Lotus vibes with the way they intercut ocean shots, intercut with the real life moments in White Lotus. And the ocean is just this metaphor for tumultuous beauty, very foreshadowing. What you see like on the surface is definitely not what's going on underneath. Next photo. You start your day here, this pristine man-made infinity pool nestled between layers of nature, curated as well. The foreground with the bushes, the background with like the different kinds of trees. It just invites you to explore more. Kind of like the White Lotus invited, Jack and Albie and Portia to, explore more.
Stick with me. I know how to have fun in the sandbox, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
She knows what he means, have fun in the sandbox. Sandbox. Okay, next photo. This is the main course of the resort, the infinity pool. I took this photo because, it's just classic Instagram. The symmetry, the different layers of blue. It's really this community hub that transports you to like another dimension. You're kind of just soaking in the pool, people watching and like gossiping.
Guys in Italy wear their pants so tight.
Yeah, because they want to show off their dicks.
Yeah, I didn't talk about dicks, or did I? This is Susie. I'll be telling you more about her in future videos. I guarantee you, she is the tastemaker waiting to be discovered. The pose, looking so cool. The symmetry, the lines, those jagged ocean ripples stand out counter to the lines of the horizon. And those ripples are just warping what's under the surface. Like what you see is, not what you get. Just reminds me of that classic pool show-off in the season 1. It looks the same. What is she doing? She don't have to show off to like 2 little girls. Yes, she does. Okay, next photo. This is more just about indulgence, enjoying food at all hours of the day by the pool, tasting delicious foods, but also wondering, what are these strange characters roaming around here?
Well, good thing it wasn't glass.
Yeah.
Don't we all miss her? Whew. The White Lotus nostalgia is real. This is just Susie after, we've spent like 4 hours at the infinity pool just packing up for the day. I shot her smack dab in the middle. We caught her with the sun just kind of rosying up her cheeks a bit. She's kind of like thinking like this, right? Like, what's in the distance? What's going on in those islands, those hills way over there? In the White Lotus, I can guarantee you a lot of shenanigans going on. What are they going to do? They never told us what happened in season 2, but I guess we can kind of guess that they did something extremely fun. Bam, this magical tree of life. I took this at sunset. This tree is probably the banyan tree. And then the foreground, just like a really pristine patch of grass and some rocks. It doesn't even look real, but just draws you in. I always love taking photos at sunset. I think everybody does. But the way the light just hits the edge of the tree trunks, creating that red dimension, that's kind of nice. It's just like perfect composition. Thank you. And next, this is the same infinity pool where, we're wrapping up for the day, gonna call it quits. I just love gradients of colors. I love these beautiful colors all together, these pastels. We all know that when the sun goes down at the resort, that all hell kind of breaks loose.
Watching them eat every night makes me want to gouge my eyes out.
How did I not see the signs?
Nighttime. Nighttime at the resort. So now that we left the sunset, this is a photo where you go back home to relax for a bit in the suites. The sunset is just coming in, like creating all these shadows, these bright, beautiful lights hitting the sides of the walls. And it's just like a thin layer of glass separating this like clean, pristine interior and this wild exterior. That juxtaposition is very interesting. Let's play a little bit of Where's Waldo? Like, what's in that corner? I see somebody there. Do you? The White Lotus is just this gorgeous place to relax, just to reflect on your life, do some reading, think about your existence, Obviously, that's the end of our journey. Don't worry, not forever. I have more stuff to show you about the banyan tree, but this is just a selfie of me reflecting on my experience. All right, you travelers and photographers, keep finding that inspiration. Bye. See ya.